I'm not. Nobody's here. This probably doesn't even work, so I'm probably not even here. Um, I guess. No idea. No, it works for once. What the fuck? Let's press buttons. Ah, my favorite place to be. Caldera, probably. The mic can eat my ass if it's low. I don't care. Oh. Alright, which toxic piece of shit do I want to click on? Let's see. I don't even fucking know. Hey, we'll click here. Uh, I don't even know what the weapons are. Um, let's go get a weapon, shall we? Anything else I need to check? Everything. What's on fire? How much and where? Why is this capped? Oh, it's probably because I was using my main monitor. Right, let's see. We need stuff. All the stuff. Many stuff. Stuff and stuff. And probably more stuff. And I don't even care. Jesus Christ. This just hasn't been emptied. That's it. At all. Uh, Warlock dead? Probably. On this again? I can't remember. Oh, well, we're getting it anyway. Um, um, I don't think it matters that much. Let's go. I don't fucking know. Look at your stupid dragon's breath. Actually, no, I'll just get a machine gun. You know why? Make it easy to shoot the damn boxes. If it is the damn boxes. We'll get this instead. There we go. We have guns occasionally. This thing still needs its catalyst. Yeah, good luck. Um, I need to go to the tower to deal with that postmaster though, Mark, first. My postmaster's just gonna explode sooner or later. If I don't. So, we do that, I guess. Put that off screen. See what random crap is blowing up today. Damn it. Alright. Fuck. What is in here? Jesus Christ. So half the fucking trial stuff still. A bunch of other garbage. How much people give a shit about the fusion rifle in fucking trials. I mean, nobody does. What's in here? Let's see. Vorpal, nothing. Maybe. I don't even know if we have a better one of these somewhere or not. Opening shot. I don't know. We'll just keep a hold of these, I guess. This doesn't matter. A jolt shot on it. I don't know. Take the fucking armor out for now. Alright, what hell have we got in the portal today? The Skywatch or the Caldera? Skywatch probably takes too fucking long. Caldera it is. Let's go. This, and then I don't know, fucking this. And I'll put another 10 on for good measure, I guess. Outgoing stasis damage, sure. Alright. Shit. Well, kept it. You know what I need to check, actually? Did you fucking fuck with this? Yes, you did. Motherfucker. Always with the crappy stasis turret. Yes, the dog shit stasis turret. I can see that. The stasis turret that just got turned off. Because I don't need a fucking stasis turret.
I hope you won't be bored. Just the opposite, Devrim.
Ah yes, welcome back to Caldera, where we give you precision kills immediately.
Straightforward mission sounds refreshing.
What does it help me with again, Mark? Remind me. Champions? No, I shoot those. Next. What does it help you with champions? No, I shoot those.
We appreciate the confidence, Saint. We won't take any unnecessary risks. I hope.
Get automatic gunfire stuff and melee. No, my guns do that too. Seem to misunderstanding the reason for guns. Not everybody left Destiny, just some people who think they're really important. We're still here. Apparently. In the Caldera mines. leveling for no reason. And the fact that Mark want bigger number that would be faster in like 2 weeks. Jake didn't leave, he just said he wouldn't be. Jake's going on an extended trip across Europe. And won't really be back till the next DLC. In other words, he's going. His wife bitched him into it, probably. It's really funny because he doesn't like living in France by the looks of it, but who would, right? You can kind of tell he doesn't like being in France because, and you can tell it's his wife that dragged him there. Because every time he goes back to America, he seems a lot happier. He's always like, France is okay, it's just everything is harder. It just takes more effort. You know, mind right? It's not though. That's the thing. I'm sure it is relatively, depending on which part of France he's in. He's probably went to some bougie parts of France, obviously, because his wife's a fucking troll, I swear. These guys didn't run away for once. Well, now they did. They're fucking... So much shit is shooting me. Holy crap. Stop. Remember, it depends which part of the country you actually are into. If you live somewhere that's actually really expensive in like the southern France, yeah, it's probably more expensive than the US. Oh my god, the garbage.
To follow up on this craziness with the Nine. I just hope she doesn't get lost out there.
Well, that was definitely a.
Traveler. He hasn't been the same since.
I have to sort through the fucking trash. I've got the wrong machine gun on, probably. It doesn't matter. It's not good anyway. That one's 520. What is it though? Class? I don't care about that. Okay, and what about here? I think that was our actual drop. It's melee, don't care about that. It's okay, what's actually going to happen is Jake's wife's going to run off with a Frenchman and then he'll finally be happy and go home. Probably not, because he's too rich. He's like, oh yeah, we're here for like a year and a bit, and he just doesn't know when he's going, going back. It's so funny. Now he's being dragged across Europe.
These sectors have been changing hands thick and fast. Nobody's been able to hold
Ability takedowns, that's fine.
Very good. That means less fortification. Will be easier for the Guardian to clean up.
Ooh, free heavy. Look, I didn't need the machine gun for this one, you know why? Because it's not the Vex, and I don't have to shoot boxes halfway across the map. And the abilities kill people. Now then, where are we going? Over here, I guess. Oh, there's a what's the name out today, isn't there? A random remake of Final Fantasy Tactics. I think it's out later. Tons of random games. That is not a game you will like. Turn-based tactical fucking RPG. An old game too. I don't know if you ever heard of Final Fantasy Tactics or not. I did play it on the PlayStation at one point, but you couldn't get it in the UK. Had to be imported from America, and back then, televisions didn't like American TV signals. That was a thing. You had to use an RGB card, otherwise, and the TV had to support NTSC, otherwise it wouldn't actually display in color. It would either be in the wrong colors or it would be in black and white. Blow up already in the right place. Just go boom! There we go. I think I still have that disc somewhere. Probably worth money. Everything old is. I know my old Pokemon cartridges are worth like fucking more than I paid for them. Which is really funny. If they still work. I haven't turned them on in years. I'm talking about like the original ones like Pokemon Red, Yellow, and Blue. And then Silver and Gold and Crystal. Really old. So old it'll run on an old Game Boy. I hate snipers. Oh my god, stop. I have to do this. That shotgun hits me wrong in the right way, I'll just die. The US is getting pretty expensive these days itself. It's not great over there either, I'm gonna be honest, for prices.
But it would be nice to have more light bearers for these missions.
I agree, but the Traveler isn't making any more of us ghosts, and a lot of those without guardians went to the Hive.
Wait,
But long odds are normal for us. Nothing we
wait,
can
that
do,
doesn't make
right,
sense.
Guardian?
What was that drop then? Had to be in this. No. This legitimately doesn't make sense as a drop. What do you mean? Oh, we do drop 519? What the fuck is going on? Was one of those a prime? I guess it was last time. This must have been a prime. The 520 drop. So confused.
There's few guardians I would send without a fire team, but you're one of them. Don't make me regret it.
We appreciate the confidence, Saint. We won't take any unnecessary risks. I hope.
Also, I don't know if things are even cheaper in the US anymore. Remember that £800 mini PC that Xbox are bringing out in the UK? It's $1,100. I'm not sure that's cheaper. Especially since the UK one has tax included. And that does not. We pay like 20% tax on everything. More, actually. Right, it should be cheaper. It does actually depend which parts of the states you live in. Some states have really low tax rates. Or almost no tax rates whatsoever. I think places like Florida and Texas and a few other places like Nebraska, I remember, have non-existent base tax rates or something. It's a kill for more things. But Jake lived in Washington State, which is ridiculous tax probably because it's on the East Coast, in the communist nation, or so they call it. Why are you here? Only they TP away and I stop caring. That. It's funny that the random kills that this thing's getting is slowly going to creep this percentage up.
And fears of boundaries. They know that even with paracausal abilities, we'll still need technological advancements to stand up to the Vex.
Oh yay.
Watching you work
That
with them
item
today
is it any
convinces me
good?
that you're
It
the
is
best
not.
person to test their new generation of material. Keep an eye out for their invitation, and we'll make sure you get the newest gear.
Oh, you know it's season pass 100. Nearly. Not quite. Why is it saying ghosts? Is that Ghosts of no, that's Ghosts of Yotai. What is this? Reward on Discord. What the fuck is this? It wants me to
We
watch the
live
fucking
and we die,
garbage.
but a ghost carves their own path.
You want me to watch the advert? Cool. Get game? No. Claim reward.
Stick to your objectives.
Don't worry, Saint. As long as no time-bending deities show up, we'll be fine.
So you get a reward in game for watching the advert of the game you probably already owned in the. Why? 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 I'm really confused because if you owned the game to want the in-game reward, you probably didn't need to be sold an advert. Right? No? Yes? Told me the world doesn't make sense anymore. We've got adverts for things we don't even need. Or things they've already sold you on. Come on, stupid turret, kill some more shit. Still waiting for the buffs to this stuff too. This stuff hasn't even been buffed yet, the turret shit. Wait till it does. If they buff it correctly. Those buffs are supposed to be coming with the same patch that it's fixing the XP on the like the 14th or something, so like 2 weeks from now. We're fixing leveling, but not yet. Enjoy. Yeah, 14th. We're fixing leveling, but not till the 14th. Enjoy your grind, bitches. Wait, I can have I can have a turret in Matterspark. That's funny. I think that patch brings the Warlock changes too, or the buffs, as well. Hopefully. The huge one is the grenade scaling, obviously, because you know it'll do more damage based on the more grenade stat you have, but also the ability to apply grenade effects to it. It's fucking huge too. Like this thing jolting. Like if this is gonna jolt things on hitting them, it's gonna set off like huge, you know, jolt chains on things. It's gonna be silly. If it works that way and they don't backpedal on it, right? And I say that because sometimes they just, you know, don't do what they say they're gonna do, or it doesn't work like they say it's gonna work multiple times. It also means it will jolt targets like champions. So if it's a champion can be stunned by applying jolt to it. It will do that too. I think that's overloads, by the way. That can be jolted. So, grenade scaling, so they do a fuck ton of damage, and then, I mean, they don't need buffing, by the way. They're actually pretty strong already. Let's be blunt about that. These stupid turrets will kill things anyway. But hey, if they're gonna buff something, make it retarded, go for it, Bungie. I don't care. You do you. You'll end up nerfing it in the next patch anyway.
Anomaly.
If not in meetings, at home with Osiris. Vex this and nine that. Too much warlock talk for a titan.
I wish I was joking. I'm probably not. We overtuned? Oh god, in PvP someone will cry because the turrets will be applying jolt to people and shit.
We're inserting you in hostile territory. Without backup. Stick to your objectives.
Don't worry, Saint. As long as no time-bending deities show up, we'll be fine.
No precision kills. Fuck you, game.
You're up, Guardian. Let's clear this sector as quickly as possible.
With any luck, we'll be long gone before major reinforcements arrive.
I kill so many champions, I really do. Honest. I'm totally not just walking away from them. That's not happening. You didn't see that at all. I usually kill them when I give a shit. The problem is I don't give a shit right now because there's no point, there's no lives. If I die, this just fails. There's like 0 point trying to kill the champions because I don't get lives for it anyway. So fuck it. Be out. We just sit here grinding the power. And by the way, the changes to leveling anyway, as I pointed out originally before everyone started jumping on the bandwagon and making videos of it, were dog shit. Because Ultimate's automatically gonna make you minus 30. And I was like, that's fucking terrible. I barely play at minus 10 now, right? Why the fuck would I want to be minus like 30? Because they fucked up and can't do scaling correctly on their fucking abilities and no one knows how to use them. This is why they're doing it, by the way, because everyone puts on the wrong shit and doesn't know how to, We died over here randomly. And doesn't know how to use the portal system properly to put player stakes on so the power level doesn't go through the roof. If you notice, I'm using like 5 player stakes. Die. And like 3 modifiers to bring it up 30 power, right? So I'm technically more than 10 levels down, but whatever, I don't care. The point of doing that is the enemies aren't hard. No good to us. But under the new system they're adding, they're gonna force. You see the way this is? The enemy power's at 530, and our power's like 517, so it's not even that hard. This, because we're like 520, let's just say 520, will be 550. Or they'll just nuke you 30 power down. One or the other. Either way, so you'll be classified as 500 in the 530 activity if you're over 530. It's actually fucking stupid. Dumb power change, stupid, don't care. Bungie, fuck off making stupid changes nobody asked for. Stop making it hard for people to level. Right? The state. Yeah, they should just fucking throw the portal in the bin, right? At this point, portal was a joke. It's a running joke now. They can have a portal-like system. They had one in D1, right? Where on the world map, in the bottom corner, it would have, if you remember on D1, well, not even on the world map, but on the bottom corner of when you first log in the game or whatever, you would have like 3 options, which were the featured story mission, right? The featured nightfall, and like a featured raid or something, right? And they would just be selectable, and you can still see them today if you go on D1. right? And it didn't interfere with the world map. Because you just go to the world map and just pick whatever you wanted anyway. The fact they didn't even put Kepler on the world map... like, it's fucking stupid. Yeah, they haven't got an idea what's going on anymore. Bunch of fucking blue-haired Karens. Ruining video games for everyone. With pronouns like they, them. Well, they better fix them games. Or no one will be playing it. That's the only pronouns they should care about. Cancel me, please. I dare you. I don't care anymore. Wonder how much shit they're gonna break with the next update. Oh, because of their political activity? Because, by the way, Bungie are not required to ban Russia. At all. At least not block it. It's Bungie being Bungie and taking part in political activism. I.e., the blue-haired Karens at Bungie decided that all the people in Russia decided to suffer because the government decided to invade the Ukraine. So Russia equals bad, so we're gonna ban Russia. Now, it's true that American companies technically have to leverage sanctions against Russia. This doesn't mean blocking all Russian users, though. Like I said, it's just Bungie taking it too far. Same sort of shit when they start having like a Pride Day and all this crap in Bungie, you know, when they start releasing the fucking Pride flag shit because they're into the political activism bullshit. Well, the reason why they might unban is because somebody might sue the shit out of them sooner or later. Because it's not exactly legal what they're doing. All someone has to do is find a court willing to well, do it. Or for somebody to get caught in the ban who's not in Russia. You see, they're using GeoIP blocking, right? The problem is it's not accurate. As you know, it doesn't always show your correct location ever. And not all some countries share IP blocks, so some places and like other places in Eastern Europe might get blocked. And if it just so happens that turns out to be somebody in an Eastern European country that's actually in Europe, Bungie could end up with a massive lawsuit in their hands from the European courts. That'd be fun. See how they weasel their way out of that. It just takes somebody that's, you know, not Russian to get to be caught in that block wave, and they are. And somebody with enough money and the willpower to sue the shit out of Bungie in the European courts or something. And they're an American country, but they still answer to the regulators in Europe, so, you know, we're fucked, Bungie, I guess. It's probably why they're already thinking about lifting the block, because they've realized that they're probably going to catch some people outside Russia in it. Oh, there's a video. This is interesting.
Believe it or not, that's good news. I'd rather fight a series of battles than a whole damn war.
Oh, wow. By the way, D1 looks better than D2. By the way, this was here only in the enhanced version of D1, i.e. the next gen consoles. This was not there on what's it called? I've got to play, by the way. Unless I can find a way to do that. Hang on. No, I can't be asked. Well, yeah, that space station wasn't there on the 360 and PS3 versions. I remember that. Because I remember noticing it when I got the Xbox One. Just in the loft. There's a space station in the sky, just randomly. We're not getting D3. At least not for at least 3 years or more. Even if they started work on it today, we wouldn't see it for at least 3 to 5 years. That ship sailed. They fucked up. They would need to literally throw Marathon straight in the bin now and just divert all their staff. And they're not going to. They're making a game nobody's gonna buy. Like, Marathon's dead on arrival. Like, Marathon's so toxic, Sony didn't want it near their state of play, even though it's close to announcing its release date. Remember, it's a Sony game. And the Sony higher-ups were just like, nope, not touching that. you guys can fuck off. That's so bad when you think about it. If the Sony management don't want to put the game in the marketing material because the game is basically a dumpster fire, honestly, they just want to put it out the door and forget about it. They want to get it out, released, and buried as quickly as possible so no one remembers, and hope it doesn't bomb as hard as other games did. Saying. We noticed ones. It lasted a week. If Marathon lasts a week, I'll be surprised. Unless they do a hard 180 on Marathon, make it not look like dog shit, and probably actually give it a story mode. And some PvE content. Instead of it just all being fucking Gambit, because this is what I don't understand, you see. Gambit is one of the most hated modes in D2. It really is. Gambit is so hated, it had like 30 players last week. And yet, Bungie decided, hey, let's make a game that's entirely like, you know, the Gambit game mode where it's PvE versus PvP and nobody's gonna play it. Hey, fuck you. I'm glad they buried Gambit. I don't even have to touch it. Gambit's gone. We don't have to worry about Gambit anymore. Which game is out Thursday, Mark? There are many games. Oh, Yotai. I'm worried about that game for one reason. The dev that was on Twitter that was denouncing that guy's death or whatever was from that studio. And usually when there's a degree of activism permeating a studio, it's usually a bad idea.
You've been sitting in on the Vanguard briefings on the
And if not in meetings, at home with Osiris.
We're getting the same drops in the same slots, and it's not helping.
Warlock talk for a Titan.
I mean, so did don't start with the good reviews crap. You have to understand that the journalists are in on this activism bullshit. Right? So, if a game has fucking pronouns, and calls men women, thumbs up! Great game, doesn't matter what the contents is. Dragon Age the Veilguard, great game, thumbs up. 10 out of 10. Guess what? User reviews, 1 out of 10. Dog shit game. Be careful. I'm worried about Grand Theft Auto too. Because the guy who wrote all the previous Grand Theft Auto games didn't write this one. And that's a massive red flag. Because obviously Grand Theft Auto games were always about satire and taking the absolute piss out of stuff. And I mean taking the piss out of fucking everything, right? Nothing was sacred, right? If they could take the absolute mick out of it, they would. And now you have a bunch of oversensitive crybabies in the game space. Well, you can't make fun of stuff because they might, you know, because they can't crawl into their safe space and hide from it, right? So if you make fun of fucking she-males or whatever, oh no, that's not allowed. You can't do that. You know what I'm saying? There's a group of people where it's no fun allowed anymore. You're not allowed to make fun of them because it's transphobic or whatever, or other stuff, right? And these are the same studios making these video games, unfortunately. I hope Grand Theft Auto 6 is fine. I really do. I'm not optimistic though. It would take an absolute miracle for it. I think it's the reason it's been delayed, by the way. I think somebody at Take-Two Interactive saw the game and said, "What the fuck is this?" From the studio. What is this woke bullshit you've written? And the game got delayed to rip half of it out. Because you remember, for a good while there, it was good to be fucking politically correct. And then Donald Trump came to power, and nobody gives a shit anymore, in the States at least. And now they're all scrambling to get rid of their HR departments and everything, and all their rainbow flags. Why? Because it's not cool anymore. It's not the trend. It doesn't give you social points anymore. The fad is over. But I'm worried about the studios that make these games, because these games have been in development since before that time. Which means a lot of the garbage that infected it, like, everywhere has infected these video games. You can see it in Destiny, for example, has been infected by it. Look what they did to Saint 14 and turned him into, like, fucking Osiris's gay boy. Like, what in the fuck was that ever in like in the game lore or anything? No, we're just gonna do it because you know. And by the way, there was already a gay character in Destiny, in the lore. And I bet you couldn't even tell me who it is. Because it's so subtle. Or was. Right? Because it isn't their whole character. Okay, when I say gay, I mean just like of the same sex thing. Anna Bray is a lesbian, right? She has a wife. You'd never know because they don't ram it down. No, not the black man that died. You'd never know because they don't ram it down your throat, right? They don't sit here and preach about it. It's not her whole. It's not her whole character, right? She doesn't sit there harping about how she's a lesbian all day, like they do at Saint 14 and Osiris. It doesn't turn into a whole personality, if you know what I mean. And by the way, she's in the in-game lore. She's a badass. Her golden gun, like, literally left those pools of light in that one mission. She was supposed to be dead, by the way, as well. Apparently, she faked her own death. That's another thing they ruined. But anyway, but yeah, she's in the game. She's supposed to be like a lesbian, but you wouldn't know it because honestly, they don't harp on about it all day because it's not cool. Basically, that's it. Right? But if you listen to certain in-game dialogue, there are subtle hints when she talks about things in her passive dialogue. Like, I swear there's one where she mentions her wife like once, right? But she doesn't say it's her wife. She mentions her by name, and it's a female name, right? Oh, it's precision kills. I'm not doing this. It's just stupid. It's one of the reasons the game's gone downhill is because everyone's sick of all the crap. You see, the one thing that happens with these studios is when they're infected by this fucking bullshit, is that they start to push political messaging more than they start to make a good game. So they spend more time making pride shaders and fucking pride emblems. How many is there any in your inventory? There is not, but I bet you have them. Let's see how many pride emblems there are. There's quite a few. You might not have them all. I don't even know where they all are, I'm not gonna lie. It's probably on account. No. General. Oh god, definitely in here. Let's see. Where are the rainbow shaders? I mean the rainbow emblems. They're around here somewhere. I mean that one's not far off it. I promise there's a few, I just don't know where they are. And I don't know if you have them or care. This one's pretty rainbow. I mean, anytime they start putting hearts on things, it's usually... What the f... There's another heart thing, I guess. And another one. They can't help themselves. Another one here with a rainbow on the heart. Anything else in here? There's worse examples than this. I'm just looking through them right now, though. I don't think you have them all. Probably a good idea not to. Or they're in here and I can't recognize them via their icons. But yeah, there's a ton of things with hearts on them. There's a ton of rainbow fucking bullshit. You definitely have the rainbow shader. I've seen you using it. Shit, I better restart this one. I was too busy in the menu. Yeah. Where's that thing? There's that. Oh no, this is D1.
You're up, Guardian. Let's clear this sector as quickly as possible.
With any luck, we'll be long gone.
The Cosmodrome on D1 looks so much fucking better than D2's. It's actually insane. It's not even close. Like, D1 had full day-night cycles on the planets. All of them. There are no day-night cycles on any D1 planet. Even the tower in D1 had a proper day-night. It would go dark and light like every 30 minutes. I think it was longer than that, actually. I think it was every 48 minutes or every 48 minutes or something like that. So every 2 minutes it would be like an hour shift in time. Truly ridiculous. Chimpanzees making this game these days. If a game on a console from 10 years ago looks better than your game on the highest settings on PC right now, and it fucking does, what the fuck are you doing? Don't forget, I have this game dialed up to max on PC at the moment. Right? It doesn't look that great. It's very hard to tell, especially on stream, if it is high or low or medium or just nothing, right? There are little tells you can tell if it's on high, right? And most of it's in the shadow detail. Which is why you can tell the consoles aren't running high either. It's whenever I'm casting a shadow in indirect light, you can see that the shadow is not pixelated, right? It has a sharper outline on PC. See if I can find some place where you can see a shadow in front of me, but Destiny doesn't have very much fucking directional lighting. Old Destiny did, this doesn't. There we go. Alright, see the shadow I'm casting here? Look how sharp it is. Right? Look at the edge. Now if I was to boot this up on PlayStation or turn the shadows down, it would look very soft and splodgy and would be like, there'd be like pixel crawl moving on it because it'd be a lot lower resolution. And that even goes on the Pro, by the way, too. Because there's no Pro upgrade for Destiny. Right? That's the only way you can tell I'm on PC's highest settings. Pretty much. Right? Now that's very expensive in cost, by the way, which is why the consoles don't do it. Don't get me wrong. Right? To do very sharp shadows on everything, that's full resolution shadows. Even here, by the way. Right? It's very sharp. Very, you know, look how sharp and crisp it is, right? Look, it's even the grass is like shadowed, right? Right, to do that is very computationally expensive, and they don't do it on the consoles at full, you know, at full resolution. And the reason for it is it wouldn't be 60, right? Not at the resolution target they're trying to hit anyway. Not at 4K. You already know what it takes to run this game at like high FPS. It takes quite a lot of hardware. You need to see the shadow there on him too. That's why it's expensive, by the way, because the shadows are on everything. They just don't show up all the time, but they're always being cast, right? So you can see here there's like shadows on like virtually all the enemies when they go out into the light, and they're all you know, really sharp shadows. And it takes a lot of CPU power to do that, by the way, which is why it's probably excluded on console the most. Because that CPU in the console's not great. All of them. No, I'm not even bagging on any one console here, they're all terrible, right? They all have the same CPU, so what's the point? It's why the Pro doesn't show any, you know, any improvement. Also, the Pro is just locked to the same settings as the base PlayStation. So, unless it gets a Pro upgrade.
You can add Kepler to that list now.
So ridiculously sharp though, the shadows, when you look at them when they're on high. I can turn them down. I think the one that matches PlayStation most accurately is medium. When I put the shadows on medium on PC, they go splodgy, but not super splodgy, if you know what I mean. So they go just splodgy enough to match the console. So they're running like medium settings. Let's see if it changes in real time.
We're go for your run. Remember, Guardian, if things get too heavy, just say the word.
Where is
Back
it?
to orbit.
It's foliage shadow, but what I want is
Even one god down there. It's walk of cake.
shadow quality, medium, apply. Weapon takedowns, okay. Where's my shadow? There we go. Kind of. No, I think it's lower than that. You can see it's a bit rougher. No, I've seen worse on console. Lowest? That's it. You can see like the weird crawl when it moves, see? That's the one. So they're low, really low. Holy shit, I didn't realize. That's really expensive, by the way, the shadows. But they're also really not noticeable unless you sit there and stare at them like I just was, so who cares? That's why I say, you cannot tell what Destiny is on unless I literally sit there and stare at it. If I put everything on low except the fucking except the textures are the only thing that's noticeable, by the way. And the consoles run high textures, I can promise you that, right? The textures are the one thing that makes it noticeable because the guns become like, you know the text on the guns? You know when you've got a gun that's got writing on it, right? Or any sort of detail, when you put the textures on low, it becomes all blurry, so it's really obvious, and it doesn't do that on console. So I know those textures are high, the same as PC high. The filtering's at like 4 or 8 times on console. I don't know why, because their textures do go crappy into the distance. And the weirdest part is that's called anisotropic filtering, right? And the weirdest part is that has very little cost, but for some reason on consoles it's always set to some dog shit low value. What it does is when there's textures angling off into the distance, it makes them less blurry. And the higher it's set to, so on PC it's set to 16 times anisotropic filtering, which is pretty much as far as you can go into the distance, right? So every texture on PC into the distance will be relatively sharp and detailed. This is just a garbage texture, by the way. That's why it looks bad. Um, so every texture on PC will look relatively sharp into the distance, especially like the ones that you can see it best on are the textures like this. So the ones that have a repeated pattern go into the distance. If this went into the distance far enough on console, you would see it begin to blur out because the filtering is low. And there's no reason for it to be, by the way, it just is. It's like a preset setting on console. When you set a certain resolution or settings, it sets a default filtering for it. And it plagues, like, not just Destiny, but tons of games on PlayStation and Xbox for some reason. And it doesn't make any sense, because anisotropic filtering has virtually no cost. Like, it's like less than 1%. So you lose a frame at like 200 FPS for putting it on. like, that's nothing. And it looks so much better. I don't understand. There's some other settings that you can notice if you pay really close attention. I think some of the particle explosions are better on PC because the higher settings that are turned on, I think it's just the particles themselves are finer. Like the fire explosions are like they're made of finer, like little sparks, right? And they might be more intense. I don't know. I haven't played console in a like massive while where I sat there staring and trying to decide what settings it's running anyway. But none of it's noticeable enough where I could actually tell you if they were side by side without the frame rate counter on. If they were both running at 60, which one was PC and which one was console, and which one was on high and which one was on low. You fucking can't tell unless you stare at it. Now, if you put PC at like 120 in front of me and console at 60, I could tell you which was which easily. Because I can tell the difference between 60 and 120, unfortunately. And I say unfortunately because it ruins the... I'm trying to play Destiny on fucking console. Here's the thing though, right? I cannot tell really the difference between 120 and 240. It becomes a lot harder. It's really easy to tell the difference between 60 and 120. It's really hard to tell the difference between 120 and 240. Watching the gameplay, right? I can tell the difference via this controller. Because the higher the frame rate is, the more responsive this is. Right? So moving this is so much more instant. There's no difference in the movement actual, but like the feel of it and the reaction to me is completely different.
You're right.
You're probably like, no it isn't. No, it really is.
It's not just on us. The city has our back.
I can feel the difference between them. It's the time it reacts, right? To a button press to get to screen. You can kind of tell. You can't see it on stream. It's not something I can describe, but when you play at the higher frame rate, you can feel the difference in like response time of the game. It's like the game responding quicker to your controller. It's so tiny though. I'm gonna be honest.
Hostile territory without backup. Stick to your
Don't worry.
You have to really shake the controller around to feel it.
Babies show up. We'll be fine.
Right? I'm being serious. You really have to throw the controller around, like the sticks, to feel to know the difference. Because you're already dealing with like really low like response times at 60, let alone when you go to 120 and then to 240, right? I can tell you what those response times are. It's kind of crazy. At 60, it's 16.6 well, 16.3 milliseconds, right? At 120, it's 8, and at 240, it's 4 milliseconds, right? Now, bear in mind, these are numbers that are... Like, when you think about a television that offers, like, 0.03 millisecond response time, these are numbers that are in the realm of human possibility to feel the difference between. But you really have to be paying attention. These are fractions of a second, remember? But there is the trick too, and it is a trick, by the way, that Destiny looks like it's running quicker on the PC because of the higher frame rate. It's not, by the way. Movement looks faster. It's not. Some of that may be what looks like enhanced reaction to things because the higher frame rate. The ability to just, you know, lock onto stuff looks quicker. It's not, right? This game doesn't operate any quicker on PC than it does on, like, my movement and everything is not faster here than it would be on PlayStation. This looks ridiculous. This is why PC looks fucking stupid when you do this. When you use the mouse and keyboard, right? This is when it looks like it's fucking running like fucking psycho fucking speed. Right? When you can just flip around. This is when it looks insane, right? And how shaky it looks too on the mouse. Okay, I don't know what the key is. I have no idea what the key is for Master Spark, so we're just going. But yeah, that's when it looks quick. By the way, that's when you can really feel the time difference in delay. If I put it down to 60 and 240, is on the mouse controls. Because you can see how quickly I can move around, so the update rate of the game is important. If you can flip yourself instantly 180, then it's going to matter whether it's responding at 16 milliseconds or 4 milliseconds, isn't it? Even still, I do play with some relatively high sensitivity on my ADS aim. So when I turn around, I probably look like I'm doing stuff relatively quickly. Even on controller. Because remember, I play with 14 when I'm not ADS'd. In order to turn fast. So when I'm not ADS'd in, I can turn around a bit quickly. When I am ADS'd, this is like 7 turn speed. When I'm not, it's 14. That's why I use the modifier, by the way. That's why you always see me change it to 0.5. Because I use a high turn speed when not ADS. And a lower turn speed when I am ADS. So I can aim. Oh, shit. He blasted the fuck out of me. That's why you gotta be careful in these. But that's why I think you think sometimes that you're saying like PC is quicker. It's not. in the way you think it is anyway. Like the game is running at better performance metrics. But the gameplay itself is not faster. I don't move any quicker. I do not. Mark, I will prove this if you want me to. I will boot up the Xbox or the PlayStation side by side with the PC and run a race between them. You don't move quicker. You just think I do. It looks like I do because of the reaction time, probably. This is what I'm trying to tell you. I use a high... I use this, see this movement here when I'm turning, right? This is not quicker because of PC, this is quicker because of my sensitivity. You can do this on console. The ability to turn this quickly, that's going to make me dizzy, is on PlayStation. Okay? Because I use the same settings on console that I do on PC. Okay? I do not move quicker. It looks like I do. Now, there was an old thing in before PlayStation got the FOV slider, where you looked like you moved very much quicker on PC because the FOV was higher than 85. Because console FOV was 85, remember? And PC was allowed to be up to 105. And this had the effect of fisheye lensing everything. So it looks like everything moves past you faster. That's no longer the case. Because console has the same FOV now. Oh no. Also, stream has this weird soap opera effect, usually on the video, which makes everything look like it's running probably at a stable, smoother 60 when it's honestly not. It's running at over 160. Because of that, it's probably merging frames. How do I explain that? There's more information here than the broadcast can handle, so it takes the latest frame at the point at which it asks for a frame to be encoded. So it probably looks smoother than it has any right to do. I don't know, actually. It's hard to tell without performance metrics on somebody's stream. How effective that is, because I have no idea how fast some streamers are running their game. Probably Clyde is the best example, because he probably has a computer, and he has his frame rate counter up, usually. When he actually plays Destiny these days. If he does, I don't know if he does, actually. He's too busy shitting on the game. I also don't know what quality encodes at or anything, so unknown. Remember, it matters like on stream what I'm encoding at, what bitrate. I have a feeling my stream looks worse on the PlayStation these days because it's encoding the 1080p stream for it, which I guarantee is crappier than the 1440p stream, unless you're hiding on YouTube, and then it's 1440p anyway. Remember, I could send 4K to YouTube. It's just not worth it. One, I'm not playing in 4K at the moment, and two, the delay is... The delay on 1440p is probably higher. Honestly. My delay's probably gone up since I've used, what's it called? Enhanced encoding. Remember, there's always a penalty for encoding a higher resolution stream on Twitch and on YouTube. It takes longer to process. So instead of being like a 2-second delay, it's like a 10-second delay depending on the resolution of the video. And in the case of 4K, it's like a 30-second delay. Because it's like 4 or 5 2-second streams being encoded at once. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Fucking thing's trying to fall off again and piss me off. Back here. Although this rocket pulse is actually good. Like I said, you've just got to remember to detonate the projectiles. Its catalyst isn't bad either. It adds unraveling rounds to stuff. Pretty cool. It already does other stuff that I've seen it do. It suspends enemies, which is pretty fucking crazy.
It takes a toll. I've spent so long at my
See, we're dropping 520 stuff now. We just need 520s in every slot, and then we're 520. Finally,
carry the load.
working on it. By the way, look at this. This is D1.
Without a fire team, but you're one of them. Don't make me regret it.
We appreciate the confidence, Saint. We won't take any unnecessary risks. I hope.
By the way, this is D1's water. Look at this. Wait, what? When you ride over water in D1? Hang on. Wait, it has look, see the water rippling behind the Sparrow? D2 just has dust! What is that? What there's fucking dust! On the water! Wait. Here's something they took out the game that's really surprising. Because they love their rainbows, but water effects in D1, if you look at them in certain angles, you will see a rainbow. In D2, they're gone. Oh, you could see it there. Hang on. Watch here. Oh, you could see it just forming there, the rainbow anyway, from the mist. That water looks worse in D2, by the way. And look at this, too. This is a huge change. Look at the lighting in here. This is the Dreadnought on D1. And this lighting is cast here, down here, and these chains and everything are casting shadows, right? See down here? Look at this. Look at the shadows being cast. They're dynamic and they're moving, right? Look at this. Right? See them? Oh, advert. Great. Yes, I need a PC. Honest. Go away. This is D2. He's at 1080p, by the way. I can tell because of this. But it doesn't make any difference. Where's the light, by the way? Where's the swinging light? Why is this so grey and awful? Remember, this was all red, this back area. By the way, where's the textures? Why did it look like the whole thing had just been put into D2 without its textures? Look at this place. This looks so much better in D1. Also, the Vex spawning in, the cloud. This effect doesn't happen as prominently in D2 anymore. Also, there's lightning in the sky in Venus. Where's the D2? By the way, where's the lightning? Meteors? They are actually there. You can barely see them. This is D1. What happened in D2? The new PS5 Pro, they're just making it the cheaper, but it's a cheaper version. Is that what you're asking? I saw there's a new PS5 Slim, not a Pro. I didn't know there was. Is there a Slim coming? Not that I know of. It'll just be a cost-cutting measure, Mark. This is precision kills anyway. I'll get back to leveling. That is really interesting though to see D1 side by side. We can watch more of it while this is relaunching. What?
On the world fueled the scramble to fill a power.
My God, look at the mountain in D1. This looks so much worse in D2.
Believe it or not, that's good news. I'd rather fight a series of battles than a whole damn war.
You don't need another Pro, Mark. Don't even buy one. It'll just be the same console, either stripped down in price or shrunk a little bit. They're not going to change the specs, so it's not going to be performing realistically any better. Why did I cast abilities when it's weapon kills? Like, technically there was a difference between the Slim and the regular PS, as in the Slim used less power to do the same. Performance-wise, there was next to no difference, right? Consoles generally don't tend to change their specs. If you know what I mean. Otherwise, what's the point? PCs, on the other hand, you can have whatever spec you want that you're willing to pay for. You want to put something the size of a brick in your PC? Go ahead. It'll only cost you, like, a lot of money. And shoot down more power than, like, 4 PlayStations at once. But hey, who cares, right? That's an exaggeration. It's more like 2 PlayStations at once, but still. Remember, a 5090 to do like 3 times the performance of, actually it's more than 3, but anyway, of a PlayStation 5 in Destiny chews down about twice the power, right? That's significant. It's more than twice the performance, I'm gonna be honest. Even when it's at its lowest lowest rate, it's like 3 times the performance, right? When it's, and we're talking like at 3 times is like 160, 170 FPS, right? So it's not linear, right? Because it's like double the power. Because a PlayStation 5 pulls down like 300 watts, right? Or can, right? 5090 can pull down like 595 watts. Doesn't mean it is, it can. It probably isn't, by the way. If I was to check my power usage now, it's more like 400 watts, right? And to match the PlayStation, I'd use a lot less power, right? if I was to lock this game to 60, I'd be using like a quarter of the power of a PlayStation. Because the thing is, the 5090 is so beyond the efficiency curve that when you cap it down to a decent frame rate, as in like a capped frame rate, it stops needing all that power to push it to absolute stupid extreme, if that makes sense. So it's more like the first, when it comes to like graphics cards, you know, the clock speed of the card, right, matters, right? So to get that first gigahertz on your card costs like nothing, right? To get the second gigahertz is like double the first, and to get the third gigahertz, like the 3 gigahertz Pro, it costs like 3 times as much as the fucking second, right? So the power goes up exponentially the more power, you know, the more you're demanding of the card. So to push, you know, the clock speed on a 5090 can go up to like 3 gigahertz, right, on the fucking GPU, which is retarded. When we compare this to the clocks in the PlayStation and the Xbox, it's not even close. The GPU clocks are actually silly. That's where all the power efficiency goes out the window. Where'd he go? How? Wait, what? He just died to random shit before I got there. I didn't even make sense. Oh, I need to get weapon kill still. Before I kill. There we go. Like I said, there's all this important stuff going on with Windows at the moment, turning Windows into a more TV-friendly experience, if you know what I mean. Is it implemented yet at all? Kind of. This is the console task switcher, but like I've showed you before.
For specifics. But maybe the point is us figuring it out.
But I don't think the gaming mode is implemented. What did we drop, by the way? Wasn't this? Was it this? It looks like it was this. Wasn't this? Or this? Or that? Yeah, it was the thing. I wonder if there's an update yet for Windows. Maybe it works now. Attention needed. Pending restart. 25H2 preview. So there's an update for this. I'll apply that later. I'm not restarting my PC now, there's no point. There's probably an update for to make some of the more stuff work. Maybe the gaming mode will work on PC now. It works on my handheld, right? The full screen experience. It doesn't work on this PC. Because normally in settings, right here on the gaming, there'll be Windows full screen experience, another option. It's not here right now. But it's coming. And when it works on PC too, you don't need a mouse and keyboard to operate your PC anymore, technically.
Remember, Guardian, if things get too heavy, just say the word. We'll pull you back to orbit.
The Guardian will be fine.
Which means hooking up a PC to a television means you don't have to have a bulky keyboard or mouse. You can have a controller. And you can launch your games from the controller from the full screen interface. It also doesn't load all the other bullshit on Windows, the desktop and everything. So it saves memory too. So you can have a lower power PC as well, with less memory, and it won't care. Because Windows will be taking up less space in the RAM. Ability to sounds fine. means you can get like a laptop or something and hook it up to a television, and then it becomes a gaming device almost. Full gaming device. Remember, even Steam has a UI for controller support. It's the Steam Deck's UI. But it works pretty well. You've seen me pull it up occasionally on Steam. It's actually a pretty nice UI. It's very console-like. It works really well. Valve have done a really good job with SteamOS, which is the Steam Deck's. Like I've told you before, the console makers shouldn't be worried about each other. They should be worried about Valve, because SteamOS is working so well, better than Windows when it comes to gaming, that Valve are looking at launching a home console. Like a Steam Deck, but a PC box, if you know what I mean, like a PlayStation, like a Steam box. They're actually considering it, with its own controller and everything. They've done it before, but it was terrible. But they actually have the means to do it now. And if I was Xbox or PlayStation, I'd be looking at it and be thinking, "Oh shit." Because it wouldn't just be a pain in the ass for them, because you see, the problem consoles have is they can't just run anything they want, right? You have to, like, you can't just run, like, for example, PlayStation 2 games or PlayStation 1 games easily. They have to be allowed by Sony. You can't run Xbox, you know, Xbox Originals or Xbox 360 unless they've been, you know, modified or ported to the console, right? Here's the thing. A PC is a PC. So if a game worked 20 years ago, it works now. Without modification, without anything. And if Valve release a Steam box, that means the game, you know, it's a console that launches with like 30,000 games on it to begin with. It runs everything. What about drive? What do you mean? Driver and gateway? You talking about PC drivers or something? I know what you mean, Mark. You're gonna have to define that for me. Oh, PS1 games? I don't like... Here's the thing as well with PC is, right? I can run virtually every console game on a PC. Up to Xbox 360 and PS3 era. You know that, right?
See, I told you. The Guardian is fine on their own. No need to bother Ikora.
You were right, but we'll need her back soon. I know she needs to follow up on this craziness with the Nine.
And I don't need Sony to enable it. It's called piracy. But anyway.
In the same sense.
But I can run virtually everything on a PC that's powerful enough through emulation. Like, some people are so pissed off with the lack of Bloodborne being ported to modern consoles that they're starting to emulate Bloodborne on PC, and that's a PS4 game. So PS4 emulation is coming, or has been for a while.
Guardian, clear each sector before it runs out.
Actually, you can emulate up to PS4 now, I guess. So like they can't emulate PS5 games yet, but obviously the reason they don't try is because if you try and emulate a console that's currently being sold, usually the console manufacturer will sue the living crap out of you. There's nothing stopping a PC probably matching a PlayStation 5. In fact, you know, it wouldn't be hard. You only need a modest, PC to match a PlayStation, a PlayStation 5, a base PlayStation 5's performance. Like your laptop 3060 can pretty much do it, right? Or it could before you destroyed it. It could match about PlayStation 5's performance. And that's a 3060. That's a like really low-end graphics card, and it's a laptop one too, right? Remember, there's a 3070, a 3080, and a 3090, right? Beyond that, there's a 4060, a 4070, a 4080, and a 4090, and a 5060, 5070, 5080, and 5090. They're all faster, right? Don't even get me started on the Radeon cards. Chances are, modern graphics card, and to boot, by the way, the 2080 Ti is definitely faster than the PlayStation 5. In fact, the 2070 Super is about as fast as a PlayStation 5 is, base. When it comes to PC GPUs. Let me remind you how old the 2070 Super is. Quite old. So emulating consoles is not that difficult, albeit. Anyway, yeah, Valve are the ones to worry about. Because I think Xbox have stopped caring, trying to compete with PlayStation, and just decided to do whatever the fuck they want now. And Nintendo are just pricing themselves out of the market with the Switch 2 ridiculous price. To be honest, it's like Switch 2's hardware is like, I don't know if you know. Do you know what the GPU is in the Switch 2? Pretty much. The Nvidia graphics card that's in there. Do you know what it's equivalent to? Are you aware? And they're selling it for a ridiculous price, which is hilarious. Because they're Nintendo and they don't give a fuck. It's a 2050. Or less. It's an underclocked 2050. Alright, I know that doesn't mean much to you probably, but like, just think the lowest possible card of the 20 series graphics cards from like 8 years ago. And that's what's in the Switch 2. Like, what the fuck, Nintendo? I'll give them one thing though, it runs on 10 watts of power. Which is absolutely incredible. This is the thing that the Switch 2 does really well, is it runs on whatever the Switch does, it runs on 10 watts of power. Total. Not 10 watts to the APU, 10 watts including the screen and everything. Right? That is insane. That level of power efficiency is absolutely ridiculous. Even the PC handhelds are nowhere near that. Even the Steam Deck is not even close. The Steam Deck itself runs at about 21 to 27 watts. Right, to give a comparison. And it's less powerful than the Switch 2. In most areas. To run at 10 watts and be that power efficient and be that ridiculous, like, it runs Cyberpunk. It doesn't run it great, but it runs it. Power efficiency is insane on the Switch. Nintendo are fucking crazy though for that price. $10 compared to my 600 watt powering my PC. Yep, that's power efficiency.
From what I understand, the 9 aren't done with us yet.
10 watts is like what your smartphone would use on its battery, if that.
Research. It makes me sleep inside my helmet. Better to be here at the front, solving problems the Titan way.
Need a 520 there. Where do we need a 520? Is it gauntlets? And a 520 class item. And a 520 heavy. This is being really mean to us. We need like 3 520s. Insanity from Nintendo. Where's my video? Let's have a look. No, that's not what I want. Did I close it? No, there it is. By the way, this looks better. Wait. That comparison shot was diabolical.
Take down all resistance. and
Simple peas. Robert is your uncle.
Well said.
Guess which armor is D2?
Better at those.
I'll give you a sec. Which armor is D1 and which armor is D2? Now this armor is in D2 as well, finally. But which raid armor is from originally from D1 and then the left is D2. And the right is D1. This is not even close. What is this shit? I know which armor this is, by the way. I know. Do you know what this set is from? Do you know this armor set? I can tell you which armor set this is, probably. This is Eater of Worlds, or it's Spire of Stars. They both look the same. I can't tell because he has a shader on it, because one is cat sick pink, and the other one is like grey. But this is from the old Eater or Spire raid layers, and this is Crota from D1. Specifically the Age of Triumph Crota set with the holographic spikes in it. Now we did get this in D2 eventually. This holographic armor is in D2. I don't think it looks this good though. Alright. That comparison is diabolical. He took one of the worst sets in D2 and compared it against probably one of the better sets in D1. It's still funny though. I mean, I know the difference because I play both the games, so I know that, you know, that's not all D2 and D1 armor is good, right? If you took a set of like random Vanguard armor, they pretty much look as dog shit as each other, right? In both games. Let's be blunt about that. But it's really funny that he took raid armor from both of them. And just like, hey, look at this raid armor. Also, it's slightly unfair because he chose like a prestige mode of Destiny 2, pretty much, of Destiny 1, sorry. What he should have done is shown the Leviathan prestige armor if he was going to do that, and it wouldn't look nearly as impressive because that was holographic too in D2, right? I don't know if you know that the prestige Leviathan armor has like purple holographic panels on it. I don't know if you have it actually. You might. I'll check during the next loading screen. We'll see if we can find it. But yeah, the comparisons are silly. They do not favor D2 in the slightest. D2 looks very bland compared to D1. Because one was made by actual developers and the other one was made by people who don't care. We love Caldera. Ba 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 ba. No, we don't. Are we sick of Caldera yet, Mark? I said, are we sick of Caldera yet? Oh, I need to kill ads. I should probably do that. I mean, yes, I like so much so that you won't even do it. I know you've touched Caldera in a while. Do you know they've lied to us about solo ops in general? Because originally, right, they said last season. Okay, fuck off. Originally, they said you'd be able to play with your friends in solo ops too. I don't know if you know that. That was a complete and utter lie. So you obviously can't bring your friends into solo ops. But they said you were going to be able to.
From what I understand, the Nine aren't done with us yet. But
Could have done multiplayer.
train at us, there's nothing to do but
How is it solo? I don't know. They're the dumbasses that said that originally. I'm just fucking repeating it. Oh my god, we don't need another 520 in this slot. We've got so many. I said they're the fucktards that said it. I'm just repeating it. Don't ask me how it's possible, okay? What else is in here? Game feel? No. Music? None of that's really cool. I do like the comparison shots though that he had in there. They just show off how terrible Destiny 1 it looks. Let's put this up here. There we go. Oh, no, not that.
You're up, Guardian. Let's clear this sector as quickly as possible.
With any luck, we'll be long gone before major reinforcements arrive.
I don't know why we're doing this anyway. I generally don't. I have no words for why we're sitting here banging our head against this wall. Because you know as well as I do, this is going to be easier in like 2 weeks. You know that this isn't gonna like literally we'll just go to 550 in 2 weeks, right? You know that, right? No matter what I do now, it doesn't matter. We're just gonna probably just go to 550. And yes, I know that's in 2 weeks, but holy shit, like it'll be a hell of a lot less time doing it than this. in addition to that, they're also fixing all the loot and all the other stuff too. They're just wrecking the leveling system, so we'll have to play at a harder difficulty. I'll admit that. This will be harder. Technically. I mean, I've played 30 power down. Right? On these things. You just have to... The thing is, at 30 power down, you just don't put in the... You just have lives, right? You don't put the stupid stakes on. You won't need to. The only reason I don't have lives or anything is because I'm avoiding putting the power up. Because I can. It's relatively easy not to die here as long as you don't fall down a hole. And, I can play at, you know, pretty much power parity. If not 10 power down, right? And still get an A+ score. By the way, I don't need an A+ score. I'm just doing it because it's safer. We don't need A+. We could easily be doing A, right? And we would get the same rewards. Hmm? I need to kill enemies still. Keep that in mind, by the way. You just need to hit score rank A, not A+, to get the powered rewards. It's just that I am hitting A+, so... this is worrying. Where are all the enemies? Low game? I needed 50 enemy kills. I was like, where are they all? Now they've all shown up. Ish. We'll be fine. I think these two count as kills technically, but we won't cut it that close. I'll kill something randomly anyway. Yay!
Young wolf take a whole army by themselves. It makes me think.
Get rid of some of this shit. I'm waiting.
Using darkness,
Oh, we got a prime. Nice.
more powerful.
Went nowhere we needed it, but we got a prime somewhere. This is no good to us.
There's fewer of us.
Except it might be a decent bit of armor because it's grenade, super, and weapon, so we'll keep it.
Zavala
Where's that one, to be honest? What's this?
still goes.
This has class on it. This one can go away.
But we've also got more
This
allies.
is a prime because it's 521.
It's not just on us. The city has our backs.
Still have a 520 in this slot. Still have a 520 in this slot. Still don't have a 520 in this slot. We need a 520 in like 2 of those slots to go up since a prime just dropped. We're grinding slowly to 100. It's happening, by the way. It's not my fault, by the way. It's just random. There's nothing I can do about it. Which missions, Mark? I don't know which missions you mean.
Will be easier for the Guardian to clean up.
I mean, everything at A+ drops fucking high in the portal. For guns? Are you talking about like the event shit? No, there's no event shit right now. New map. I'll look after this. See what you mean. I'm pretty sure you... No. To be fair, I'm pretty sure no. I think you're talking about the power progression in the seasonal thing. And we've already used them, I think. They don't drop high, they drop at power too. Most of them. It's the event ones that drop high. There's no event up at the moment though. And I think we've used our Zavala drops. Hopefully we've used our Zavala drops. It is Tuesday. Which means you get more Zavala drops. Which are really useful by the way, because they do drop 2 higher. After reset. So those will help us level a little bit. Hasn't hit the fucking thing yet. Well, you hit the tank. Don't make me go back there. Come on. There we go. So we get more stuff at reset for power. At least. Right? Technically. But we do need to level the pass for that. That doesn't take long though. It usually is, you have to do the weeklies and it's leveled, right? I mean, we don't need really EXP anymore since we're pretty much season pass 100 already. I know there's 2 red missions on new map. I don't. Oh no, not the fucking story missions. Those can bug off. They don't drop high. They don't drop high. They just drop pinnacles. Not pinnacles, sorry, tier 5 loot. No, they drop tier 5s, Mark. They don't drop particularly higher than like the pole, they just take 3 times longer to do. Look at it this way, right? They drop at the same rank as our A+ rank here, so +1. And it takes like 40 minutes to do one of them. So yeah, we can do that if you want. Or I can sit here and do a few Caldera and get more drops. As much as I hate it. Genuinely, as much as I despise this, this is an easy way of getting multiple drops. What about GMs? What GMs? GMs aren't in the game anymore. You're talking about conquests. Last time I did the conquest, they don't drop high either. I did them on mine, right? And they didn't drop high. We need to do them for some other reason. But they didn't drop high loot. At least not the first few. I think the last 2 do, but the last 2 are so far out of our power league. Well, actually, last 1 is out of our power league.
Controlled by the conductor. I don't feel as invincible as I used to. Not with the
That's one of the things we needed. We need one more thing.
It takes a toll. I've spent so long at my scope that I see the whole world through.
But last time I did the other ones, they didn't help us any.
Let the Guardian carry the load.
Yeah, I know we have to do them on Ultimate. I think we can do one of them currently. I just don't care right now. Yeah, we can. We do Hypernet, right? We've done this, 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 and this already. This... It's 5 fucking 80. Oh god. You know, we might want to level a bit more. I know the max we can get to is 550, but Jesus Christ, we can make that easier, right? We can definitely make that easier. What's the other one? What power is this one? 600, yeah, okay. Oh god. I know we need to do both of them. These are gonna be hell. Do you know what the worst part about these is? I'll tell you what the worst part is, the modifier. Pressure cooker is on, isn't it? Yeah. So whatever timer you have to do these, if you don't finish it in the time, you go to orbit. And also you have that walking time bomb shit is on too. So if your shields break, you turn into a bomb and your teammate has to res you. Extinction is on, so the Nightfall mod. By the way, they call this Extinction. This is Nightfall. This modifier is Nightfall, by the way. This is an absolute dog shit of a fucking thing. This is so bad. Splash damage is increased. Match game is on. This is fucking terrible. This is an abysmal thing. What's on the other one? Pressure cooker's on this one too. Extinction's on. This is Nightfall. I don't care what you said. Right, this modifier is known as Nightfall, right? In D1, right? Which is basically if everyone dies, you go to orbit, right? Don't know why they've called it Extinction. They should have just called it Nightfall. Equipment locked. Haste trade-off. Moving quickly will slowly regenerate your health. Standing still will deal damage. Oh, fun. And Brawn, you have the massive health, but you don't regenerate. Oh, cool. Deadly solar threat. So you take 66% more damage from solar enemies. Oh, God. Drop fire at their location. So burning fire equals death. Got it. What is this? Oh, no. This is Node Avalon. Oh, fuck me. This is horrible. This is the fucking Glaive fucking exotic quest. Oh god, this is bad. This is packed with fucking enemies. Yeah, good luck, Mark. See you later. I think we'll wait till 550 to do one of those. I'm good, thanks. Yep, abandoned mission. We'll level first. No, seriously, that's dog shit.
Without backup. Stick to your objectives.
Don't worry, Saint. As long as no time
That's awful. That's absolutely abysmal. We need to do both of those for an emblem, too. Luckily, they fixed leveling on the 14th, so, you know. 550. Even then, by the way, I don't know if you noticed, in one of them you're 30 power down, in the other you're 50 power down, even at 550. Just to point that out. Those are fucking terrible. We thought Savathun's Spire was bad, and it was, until we put on the right weapons, remember? I don't know if you remember doing that. Oh my. The worst part is we need that for Guardian rank 11 too. You know the Guardian ranks? I'm pretty sure we need that for Guardian rank 11. We need 550 as well. But I'm pretty sure we need that too. I'll check in a bit. Pretty sure we do. Kill him. There we go. That is some massive dog shit of some level shit though. It really is. Node Avalon with the mechanics is gonna be fucking horrible. Cause somebody has to do the fucking, what's it called? The shoot mechanics on the matching symbols. What the fuck are you going? Hey! Where the fuck are you going? Hey! Useless ass shank! Oh my god, this fucking shank! Get the fuck up here! Dude, this shank's going on an around the world mission. You piece of shit. If I could finish you, I fucking would. Fucking shank going on a world tour. This game's so broken sometimes. Shank literally just fucked off. Like, why? Why you do this to me, Shank? Yeah, we'll deal with that when we've got the power to deal with it, I think, Mark. There's no rush for running into that, especially at like one of them being 600 and the other being 580 power. I'm not in a rush to be 80 level power levels down anyway. in a timed activity where like the lower level you are, the tankier the enemies are gonna be. That sounds fucking abysmal. If I'm honest. I don't know, you want to crack at it, knock yourself out. Let me know how that goes with Epic. If he ever gets to the power level high enough to do it. I don't know what power level he is actually. He might be higher. Probably not.
Watching the Guardian tear through our enemies, it used to make me thirsty for combat. But
I'd be surprised if anyone's been playing.
controlled by the conductor.
Is that the gauntlets we needed? It is.
Invincible as I
Nice.
used to. Not with the Vex.
It takes a toll.
All 32. Okay, well,
My scope that I see the
he's
whole world
boned.
from crosshairs.
Um.
The perfect time to step back and let the Guardian
Wait, why is it still 519? Shouldn't we have just got enough power just now, or are we still one short? No? Okay, I need to change the... Hold on. I think it was B+, because we leveled up, so I need to put another -10 on, I think, to account for it.
This is time-sensitive operation, Guardian. Clear each sector before it runs
See.
out.
See if it's the case. Yeah, it's B. Okay, so I need to throw down another 10, probably. What is this? Shanks now have solar shields. Yeah, sure, we'll do that. There we go. Okay, 521. I still would have got A there, probably. I'm just moving it up because it's not going to make any difference anyway.
These sectors have been changing hands thick and fast. Nobody's been able to hold them for long.
Very good. That means less fortification. Will be easier for the Guardian to clean up.
Oh. Oh, commands. Okay.
And if not in meetings, at home with Osiris. Vex this and nine that. Too much warlock talk for a titan. There's few guardians I would send without a fire team, but you're one of them. Don't make me regret.
We appreciate the confidence, Saint. We won't take any unnecessary risks. I hope.
As in connect or control?
What bends my helm is that this tree did not give a time frame. When is this extinction? How?
Entities beyond time seem pretty unreliable for specifics. But maybe the point is us figuring it out. We've got plenty of civilian fighters, but deploying them this far out is too dangerous. The Guardians on their own.
I'm not worried. I've been holding Trust Land alone for long enough to know what a single soldier can do.
causal abilities will still need technological advancements to stand up to the Vex. Watching you work out there today convinced me that you're the best person to test their new generation of materiel. Keep an eye out for their invitation, and we'll make sure you get the newest gear first.
It's a relatively simple assignment, this. I hope you won't be bored.
Just the opposite, Devrim. After dealing with the anomaly, time travel, and advanced metaphysics, a straightforward mission sounds refreshing.
nice park with big statue of the Guardian covered in pigeons.
We've got plenty of civilian fighters, but deploying them this far out is too dangerous. The Guardian's on their own.
I'm not worried. I've been holding Trust Land alone for long enough to know what a single soldier can do.
can add Kepler to that list now.
But that's what we signed up for. If people like the Guardian don't step up, those fires burn the whole system down. We've got plenty of civilian fighters, but deploying them this far out is too dangerous. The Guardian's on their own.
I'm not worried. I've been holding Trostland alone for long enough to know what a single soldier can do.
These sectors have been changing hands thick and fast. Nobody's been able to hold them for long.
Very good. That means less fortification. Will be easier for the Guardian to clean up.
Guardians are never really alone. They've always got their ghosts. I'm sure Jinju would agree.
I haven't seen much of her lately. She spends all her time with the Ghosts Community Theater. They're mounting a new production, some big secret. I can't wait to see it.
I saw Oryx the Nightmare Daddy. Disappointing production value.
We're go for your run. Remember, Guardian, if things get too heavy, just say the word. We'll pull you back to orbit.
The Guardian will be fine. Not even one god down there. It's walk of cake. invincible as I used to. Not with the Vex.
It takes a toll. I've spent so long at my scope that I see the whole world through crosshairs now. This is a perfect time to step back and let the Guardian carry the load.
So, if I have this right, we hit our objectives, take down all resistance, and exfil as quickly as possible.
Simple peas. Robert is your uncle.
Well said, chap. You're getting better at those.
stand up to the Vex. Watching you work out there today convinced me that you're the best person to test their new generation of materiel. Keep an eye out for their invitation, and we'll make sure you get the newest gear first.
There's few Guardians I would send without a fire team, but you're one of them. Don't make me regret it.
We appreciate the confidence, Saint. We won't take any unnecessary risks. I hope.
Blew up on me. For no reason, there was no enemy there.
You're up, Guardian. Let's clear this sector as quickly as possible.
With any luck, we'll be long gone before major reinforcements arrive.
planet side, Saint. En route to the nearest objective.
Very good. Expect heavy resistance. Just as you like it. if not in meetings, at home with Osiris. Vex this and nine that. Too much warlock talk for a titan. There's few guardians I would send without a fire team, but you're one of them. Don't make me regret it.
We appreciate the confidence, Saint. We won't take any unnecessary risks. I hope.
We've nearly went up another one. The Warlock's nearly 521. Nearly. Needs 1 power to drop in 1 slot. So the chances of it happening from this are probably 0, but you know. Unless a Prime shows up. Although Prime's not due yet, it would have been like 4 or 5 more runs for a Prime. Probably. They don't drop that often. Oh god! That cast time extended my jump. Jesus Christ, it may kill me. did it mostly for the damage resistance anyway. I told you leveling shit. I mean, it's basically nearly 2 levels. You weren't 520.
I told you. The Guardian is
I would have bet you were 519.
no need to bother Ikora.
You were right, but we'll need her back soon. I know she needs to.
Nope,
follow
that
up
is
with
not the
Chris
slot we
Wilson
needed.
tomorrow.
Wait, why was that
Get
519?
lost out there.
Why was that?
Zavala didn't
It changed my modifiers.
He hasn't been the same since.
What did it take off? I've been running the same thing, then it just fucks my modifiers. What? What? How did that not hit the score? Actually, it does that just sometimes. It just like fucks off. Like, this is what I have set, right? I have it set for a score without the bonus score, by the way. It should hit that score without bonus, right? So even if I miss the bonus, it still should be an A. Guess what? It hit B+. How? Yeah, it's... Leveling is going to be shit, Mark. I did tell you that. Leveling is shit until the 14th. We need, like, this needs boots. 521 boots, and this is 521. Everything else is 521. See, this is the problem with the slots. This is why the leveling is so dog shit. It's because it has to fall in the exact right slot, right? Let's see if there's anything else here. Yeah, you can see it right here, look. See? It's really close to 521, 7 of 8. It's just not nothing to do about it. Alright, well, it's 2 o'clock, and it is all yours now. We'll close it. We do the whole... It is shut. Yeah. What's in here? Browse. Top sellers. What's selling today? Oh, the Steam Deck's on sale for £280, by the way. That's the cheapest version, but that's ridiculous. It's not the OLED version, probably, right? Let's have a look. No, it's not. It's just the LCD one. You don't really want this one. You want like this one or this one usually, anyway. The 1 terabyte 570. I mean, that's like twice the price of that. Oh, hey, look, Football Manager pre-purchase. When's that out? 4th of November. That's a while, yeah. What else is here? Cyberpunk, Red Dead, Helldivers. Ghost of Tsushima on the PC. You need a new laptop for that. We'll have to find you one before the date. Fourth of November, Mark, it says. This is out today, but do not buy this, Mark. This is an old Final Fantasy Tactics game. This is what I was talking about earlier. This is not a Final Fantasy game. This is a tactics game. But this is a remake of an old game. But this is out today. When does it unlock? 3 hours. It's an old Final Fantasy game. It's not one of the Final Fantasy mainline games. It's one of the tactics games. Don't buy that. You will not look like that. It's designed to be cartoony like that. What else is in here? What the fuck is Mega Bonk? What is this shit? The fuck am I watching? Is this like Vampire Survivors but 3D? The fuck is this? I think it's like Vampire Survivors but 3D. This looks hilarious. Now with 10% more bonk. Okay, that's funny. I played Vampire Survivors before. That's what that looks like. Battlefield 6 is out in 10th of October. Like 10 days. We obviously Dying Light the Beast is already out on PC. I don't know what this is. I haven't seen it. Well, Battlefield? Yeah, you probably will do. Hades 2, you won't like this game either. This is like a roguelite, but it's cartoony. What is going on with this cutscene? That's not gameplay, by the way. That's a cutscene. That's gameplay. It's an isometric roguelite. But this one actually looks pretty good. You don't like games like this, but this actually looks pretty graphically pretty okay. It's just isometric. What else is here? Euro Truck Drive Simulator 2. Sonic Racing. Apparently this is better than Mario Kart. I mean, this is a cutscene. Is there any gameplay? Okay, this doesn't look that bad. They might have actually made a decent Sonic game. And it's a racer. I've heard, though, this is better than Mario Kart. It's very Mario Kart-like, though. It looks pretty decent. But this is probably running on PC. That's very, very Mario Kart wannabe, but it's Sonic. Cross-platform. Midnight launch? Oh, God. It's not... They're selling Ghost of Tsushima. It's on sale on PC, you know? How many hours? I mean, the other one was pretty long, Mark. It was, actually. The original Ghost of Tsushima. There's a lot of Sony games on sale at the moment. Spider-Man 2, £40. What is Satisfactory? What is this? What is this? I have no idea what this is. What the fuck is that? Is this like a building game? The hell? Am I looking at... I don't know what I'm looking at. I don't... Also, how is Train SimWorld in like the top 16 sellers on Steam? What the fuck is this? Seriously? Cool, you can go anywhere the tracks will take you. The fuck is this? Train SimWorld 6. This is the 6th game of this, by the way. Please help. I can understand maybe... Fuck off. It's not even out yet. Oh my fucking god. It's 3 hours that comes out. Oh, die in a fire. Shaking my head right now. This jump space. This is interesting. Early access, though. I don't trust this shit half the time. It looks cool, though. Dude, I will crash the train into the fucking station. Digimon Storytime Stranger. Is this new? What is Digimon? 2 days it's released? Oh no. Oh no, it's Pokemon but with Digimon. Oh, it fucking is. Oh, God help us all. Alright. Nope. Nope. What else is in this list? This Train SimWorld 5 is on sale, by the way. The 5th one is in the top 100. Oh my fucking god. F1. Arena Breakout. Dark Souls 3. Stellar Blade on PC. God of War Ragnarok is 70. This is just the top sellers in the UK on PC. American Truck Simulator. Ark Survival Ascended. Forza Horizon 5 is here. So 50% off. These are all, a lot of these are on sale. That's why they're selling, by the way. Like some of these are like £4. American Truck Simulator costs £4 on PC. Like, it's nearly as bad as the Train Simulator, but at least you can turn. American Truck Simulator. Forza, yeah. Arc Raiders. Four weeks, that's not soon. That's a month. A lot of simulation games down here, like Jurassic Park, Anno 1800, Civilization 7. Elite Dangerous is a space simulation. This is £1.50. 90% off on Elite Dangerous, really? Like, honestly, the last time I played this, I couldn't land my ship and I crashed. This is an extreme simulation game for space, where it tries to do proper physics and everything, so landing a spaceship was not easy. It looks cool. For £1.50 though? That's ridiculous. The deluxe edition is £2. And then they have the anniversary edition with, what is all this? All their games for £50? What the hell are they selling? Planet Coaster, Lost Winds 2, Lost Winds, Planet Coaster whatever, Planet Coaster Knight Rider Kit Construction, Planet Coaster Back to the Future Time Machine, Jurassic World Evolution. Fuck Planet Coaster, by the way. Actually, it's not that bad on PC. It's really bad with the controller, though. Why is Far Cry Primal is up here? Because it's £2 on sale. No, I can do it on PC. On console, it's absolutely abysmal. Don't even pretend. South Park Fractured Butthole is £2.50. You don't get sales like this on console where the games are like fucking £2. That's the thing. So you see many of these games like £2 or £4. They just don't cut prices like this. Like, there's some really good games here for like £1, £2, even £4. And like, there's a huge sale going on by the looks of it. It looks like there's a massive sale going on Steam at the moment, though. You can change it to like the global sales. Counter-Strike 2 is top in global. Megabonk's still here. Stardew Valley, go Dino Fire. Yeah. Tons of games are on sale though. Holy shit. A lot of games are. What is the fucking sale that's going on at the moment? Did I miss something? Autumn sale? Oh, okay. That's why. Massive sales going on. 2 Point Campus. £2. Risk of Rain. Does PlayStation even discount its own games this much on fucking PlayStation? That's Horizon Forbidden West. If I look on PlayStation, is this £30 on PlayStation? If I look, is it? How do I search? Yeah. It's £50. How did they justify this? It's £50 on PlayStation. They're selling it there for 30. What? How? And that's a PlayStation game. It doesn't make sense. That's an actual Sony game? Why? Tons of sales going on though. That Mega Bonk looks funny though. This does look funny. So yeah, Lana was playing this apparently. This does look funny though. Whatever the fuck this is, it does look hilarious. It's the most shitty animation I've seen in my life, but what the fuck? It's basically Vampire Survivors in 3D. Do you know what Vampire Survivors is, Mark? That's what it looks like. It's basically Vampire Survivors 3D. Yeah, it is. That's exactly what it looks like. Will run on a toaster if you ask nicely, is its system settings, by the way. The dev has got a sense of humor. Will run on a toaster. That's great. That's actually really funny. Like, if you put in your sister specifications, runs on a toaster, thumbs up. I mean, it probably does. That's fun. Alright, well, I'm out till... When am I back? Any ideas? Tonight? What time? Ten? Okay, fine. I'll be back later. Motherfucker. I'm gonna end stream for now. I'm gonna update this Windows thing as well that's yellow down here and complaining. It really wants to restart. It really does. Alright, I'll be back later. Alright. Maybe more power, maybe we'll just throw things at a wall.